Good day everyone, I am Mariel M. Vance. So for today's video, I am going to discuss the chapter 1 entitled Research and Librarianship. So this chapter will concern itself only with the relatively recent record of library research, the history of library science, and the Jackson's brief history of research in librarianship in the United States and Canada, or BOSHA's review of the past status of library science research. So what is research? Research refers to the process wherein systematic activities are done to find out the solution of problem. Systematic activities including identification of a research problem, statement of a hypothesis, research questions, data collections, data analysis, and result. Yet there is no one definition of research, in part because there is more than one kind. According to Merriam Online Dictionary, research defined as studious inquiry or examination, especially investigation or experimentation, aimed at the discovery and interpretation of facts, revision of accepted theories or laws in the light of new facts, or practical application of such new or revised theories or laws. According to Helway, research is a method of study which, through the careful and exhaustive investigation of all ascertainable evidence bearing upon a definable problem, we reach a solution to that problem. According to Molly, research is best conceived as the process of arriving at dependable solutions to problems through the plan and systematic collection, analysis, and interpretation of data. There are two types of research. First, we have basic research and applied research. When we say basic research, also referred to as pure, theoretical, or scientific research, is primarily interested in deriving new knowledge, at most only indirectly involved with how that knowledge will be applied to specific, practical, or real problems. Scientific research is concerned with elucidating concepts and their relations, hypotheses, and theories, and is not necessarily and certainly not directly related to technical and practical problems. Basic research, particularly quantitative in nature, is usually designed so as to produce new knowledge that is generalizable, while applied research encompasses a variety of specific research techniques such as system analysis and operation research. Applied research emphasizes the solving of specific problems in real situations. Comparison between basic research and applied research. Basic research provides the theory that produces the concepts for solving educational problems, while applied research provides the data to help support, guide, and revise the development theory. Basic research justified in terms of gaining knowledge for its sake. They focus on making things better and creating a more humane society. Applied research designed to solve practical problems of the modern world. Basic research done for the intellectual pleasure of learning, while applied research done to test theories in the field to achieve better validity. Basic research mainly concerned with generalizations and with the formulation of a theory, while applied research aims at finding a solution for an immediate problem facing a society. Basic research directed towards finding information that has a broad base of application, While applied research, the central aim is to discover a solution for some pressing practical problem. Basic research often leads to practical application, while applied research frequently acts as a foundation for subsequent theoretical or basic research. Stokes described it as an integration of both basic research in his search for knowledge and applied research in his quest to solve practical problems. According to Molly, both pure and applied research are oriented toward the discovery of scientific truth, and both are practical in the sense that they lead to the solution of man's problem. As Moller argued, the crucial factor is not whether the research is pure or applied, but whether it is relevant. Research can be dichotomized into quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative research methods involves a problem-solving approach that is highly structured in nature and that relies on the quantification of concepts where possible for purposes of measurement and evaluation. Qualitative research methods focus on observing events from the perspective of those involved and attempt to understand why individuals behave as they do. Quantitative research produces numerical data or information that can be converted into numbers, while qualitative research generates textual data or non-numerical data. Types of previous library research. According to Shera, Ralph Beals once categorized library literature into tripartite classification of glad tidings, testimony, and research. Goldhor, in his text on library research, categorized library literature with regard to research as including 1. A relatively small body of published research as defined in the narrow sense. 2. A larger amount of published and unpublished services studies or applied research. 3. An even larger number of reports or description of specific situation or simply opinions. And 4. Original data. Luce and Worley stated, there is a tendency among information professionals to write and publish in the how I done it good genre, a genre that is very situation specific. First chapter of this issue of Library Trends, Mary Jo Lensch identified her own general categories for describing different research activities as practical research, bibliographical research, scholarly research, and scientific research. She characterized practical research as problem-solving with information, bibliographical research as reordering the thoughts of others, scholarly research as systematic collecting, organizing, and analyzing of data, and scientific research as discovering new knowledge. Finnwald identified the factors associated with the Penn State Librarian's research publication output. The most critical factor was the expectation of the institution. Personal motivation, intellectual curiosity, and education also were identified as important factors influencing the librarian's research productivity. Bibliometrics are the valuable tools of investigation, and the largely quantitative technique of transaction log analysis has grown rapidly to become a major instrument. Limitation of previous library research. Quadra noted a failure to ask the right question and to establish a proper theoretical foundation for later research or application. Martin and Lancaster pointed out that much of the earlier literature of library science was too heavily based on opinion, as opposed to investigation to be considered research. Shera noted that because of library research, excessive dependence upon local observation and limited data, more frequently than none it is provincial and parochial rather than general in applicability. Garrison, while acknowledging the considerable advances had been made in a public library research in the previous decade, went on to itemize several shortcomings of research, including the following. First, researchers have not disseminated the result adequately. Second, practitioners have not kept up with research results that have been reported. Third, the profession has been too content with non-research report. Fourth, the audiences per research journal have been too limited. Fifth, dissertation have seldom had any relationship to previous or subsequent research. And at last, the impact of reported research has been weakened due to poor bibliographic control and inadequate availability of copies. As indicated earlier, one of the major purposes of basic research is to create a new knowledge. Major purpose of scientific research is to go beyond experience and common sense, which frequently are quite limited and inadequate, and often quite incorrect, for advancing knowledge, for promoting progress, and for enabling man to relate more effectively to his environment, to accomplish his purposes, and to resolve his conflicts. Learning to master theoretically and in practical application, the ground rules of research creates the best foundation for continuing growth in a profession. One of the hallmarks of a profession is the ability of its members to give advice to clientele derived from a body of generalized and systematic knowledge that comprises its theoretical core. Special Library Association or SLA published a research statement putting our knowledge to work, the role of research in special libraries, defining library and information science research as not well developed with fewer peer-reviewed journals and grant-funded research in comparison to other disciplines. Basic research is crucial if the field of library and information science is to solve professional problems, develop tools and methods for analysis of organizations, services, and behavior, to determine costs and benefits of our services, and most importantly, to establish or develop a body of theory on which to base our practice. LIS students and professionals must not only be able to read, understand, and value the LIS research literature, but they must also be able to locate it within its cultural context. Swisher argued that there is no more important activity than acquiring new information that may now or someday assist in the goal of improving our professional decision-making. The application of research findings should result in improved decision-making, more knowledgeable insights into a wealth of library issues, better and more accountable services and programs, continued maturation of LIS as a discipline or profession. another advantage to having a basic knowledge of research methods, at least for those librarians who serve researchers, is the greater understanding of the needs of researchers provided by this awareness. Only when the librarian knows the basic process which a researcher utilizes can the researcher needs to be fully anticipated and met. Personal benefits. Perhaps most important among the benefits one could expect to realize from a study of research methods is the ability to conduct research. For many librarians, research activities are not only desirable but a necessity. An awareness of research methods and design also should prove helpful for those preparing research proposals in order to obtain financial support for their research activities. In addition, it has been pointed out that the study of research methods can improve one's ability to think critically and analytically, competencies associated with leadership.